Welcome to this special Halloween edition of Elisé's Corner. I'm Elisé Green, and I'm the Artistic Director of the Lincoln Way Area Chorale. Join me in this series on vocal technique. Today we're going to talk about vocal placement and resonance. As your vocal cords vibrate, then they send that vibrating air up into your mouth and your sinuses, and it resonates through all of those passages. What's really interesting is that every person has different shape, obviously their mouth, their teeth, their tongue, but also the sinus cavities. And it's one of the things that helps every single person have a different vocal sound. We all have a different voice print, whether we're speaking or whether we're singing. It's really kind of an interesting thing. And even more fascinating that we can come together as a choir and have such an incredible blend, knowing that every single person has a really individual and unique sound themselves. You can place the sound to the front, which most people will say sounds nasal. E. But watch what happens. E. It's actually a lack of nasal resonance. You can place a sound way to the back. It's kind of a lot of tension in the tongue and in the neck and down into the throat. I like to call it the well. What we want is right in between, very commonly known as a bell sound. One of the best things to do is to take each vowel and to try placing them all three places so you can feel where that really sweet spot is, where that bell tone is. You can really get that right in the middle, kind of a perfect placement feel to it. When the vibrating air enters your body, then your whole body becomes like a resonating tube for that air. So it fills up your whole body and your whole body starts to resonate with it. So if you think of how sound waves travel through water and you think about the water content in your body, then you can kind of get a better idea. If you've ever been around a car, maybe in front of or behind a car that had their subwoofer turned way up, and you can feel the sound waves in your chest before you can actually hear the pitch. That's kind of what we're talking about. That resonator, your body becomes a resonator for it. Now let's take a look as an example of what these sound waves actually look like as they're resonating within your body. This is a sonic tube. I have salt spread over the top of this. I'm going to sing straight pitches without any vibrato into this tube. I'm going to have different pitches, high ones and low ones, and you'll be able to see the difference in the patterns with the different frequencies of the pitches. So watch. I love that this is a really visual way that you can imagine what those sound waves are doing when they enter your body. I always like to think of this in one more aspect, that when we perform for people, not only are those sound waves in our body, but they are also entering our audience's bodies. Music is the only art form where our audience or our spectators can be part of our performance, because the sound waves of the performers are entering into the bodies of our listeners and they actually become part of our performance. I think that is just like the neatest thing ever for music. So they really become a part of our performance. We're really sharing ourselves literally with our audiences. I just think that is the neatest thing ever. Lords and ladies, one and all, I bid thee adieu from my merry hall. Though our paths ahead may be rather winding, at the end thou wilt be finding pleasures aplenty for both eye and ear. So continue to sing so that all may hear. Until next week we meet again, I wish thee happiness, my dear friends. Remember, always leave room in your garden for the fairies to dance. How are you today, fine fairy folk? I do hope Wizard Edelin's dragons aren't causing you any concern. They do tend to get rather rambunctious the week before Halloween.